What's up, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with moneybass.com. I'm back, guys. Been away for about 2 or 3 days. Been kind of busy getting everything set up, renovating, kind of moving things around in here, getting my man cave set up, getting my studio set up. And keep in mind, guys, if you have a YouTube channel, every now and then in my videos, I was leaving messages and just telling you guys to make sure you stay in contact with me because I'm moving forward with some things, big things coming, guys. I will start doing the lives, basically some live videos and things like that to where you guys can call in and we can just go over different topics, things like that. But if you have a YouTube channel, please make sure you hit me up in the comments and send me a message on Instagram. Here's my Instagram address right here. So make sure you guys stay in contact so we can network, kind of get some things going and see how we can help each other out online and just continue to grow. So for this video, I did not do the weekend update. So with that in mind, I know some of you guys fished some tournaments over the weekend. Please make sure you get active in the comments. Let me know how you did. I know there's some guys that fished some kayak tournaments this past weekend. How did you do out there? I know it was cold. I think it started snowing here on Sunday, I believe. But Saturday was one of those cool days where that cold front came in. How did that work out for you? Did it make things tougher or were you able to find the fish? Just let me know how you did, guys. Kind of looking forward to hearing some of that feedback. All right, so for this video, let me go ahead and get into it. My top 3 baits, my top 3 winter baits that I would like to use just about for any situation for me are going to be a jig. Let's take a look at that real quick. All right, so for my jig, I started keeping my jigs in a tackle box that is sealed so that it does not get any water or moisture in here. Whenever I have fished with the jig or anything like that, and I'm going to change that out or it's at the end of the day, I do not put it back into the bag until it is finished drying out. So I may let it sit out for a few days because I don't want to get moisture in here and start messing up the hooks or getting rust on any of the other baits. But as far as the jig, with this box right here, I have a lot of these are Georgia Blade. Georgia Blade jigs. This is a local company out here. So I've had some good results with those. And generally, I will go with a 3/8 ounce. I will fish this shallow and I will fish it deep. And let's go over 2 things real quick. So if I'm fishing clear water, then I will go with the more like a green pumpkin or a color like that. And depending on the time of year, which is wintertime right now, I like putting a little bit of orange or something in there just to give it a little bit more flair. And for this one, for instance, you can look and see a little red. That's some red JJs that I dipped on the tail of that. But like I said, these are a 3/8 ounce. I'll throw this on a bait casting rod. Generally, it's going to be, sometimes I'll throw them on my 7/6 extra heavy, depending on what type of cover I'm throwing it in. And sometimes I'll put that on a 7/3 medium heavy casting rod. So that's one thing that I wanted to go over with that. And if it is muddy water, cold muddy water, guys, a jig is something that can bring in some good bites. So for that, whenever you're hitting cover in that muddy water, you have a chance of catching some real big bass. And for that, I like throwing something that is, I'll still stick with that same size as far as the 3/8, but I will kind of upsize the trailer a little bit and I will go with something that is a little darker, like some black and blue. Sometimes I'll even have something that will have a little bit of red in there. This one right here is a Bitsy bug. Sometimes I will downsize, mainly on clear water. I'll downsize on clear water just to get a little bit more bites. But those jigs tend to get bigger bites anyway. So even if you downsize it, those bigger fish will still hit it. All right, so that is number 1. Number 2, not in any specific order, but number 2 is going to be the jerkbait. All right, so for my jerkbaits, I have a variety, kind of a variety of different baits that I use, but mainly I stick with the Spro. All right, I have a Spro stick, and I will pretty much stick with jerkbaits and just keep those for clear water, not too much of a stain type fishery. the sun is out, I'll throw something that has more of a shine to it. A lot of times during this time of year, you're going to be fishing it with a lot of cloud cover. So I'll go with lighter baits, more natural colored baits, white, bone colors, things like that. I also have some Rick Clun baits in here. Those work out pretty good. Sometimes you might want to change the hooks out on those, depending on if you're somebody who's used to catching some big fish. You might bend those out a few times, so you might want to upgrade those hooks. All right. And the last but not least, of course, is going to be my Mega Bass. And actually, I only have one of those right now. They are a little expensive, so I'm kind of upping the game on that, kind of easing into that right now. I actually have it tied on, so it's not in the box. But number 2 would be the jerkbait. All right. And last but not least is going to be the Swimbait. And generally for the swim baits, I will throw either a fish head spin or just a swim bait on a jig head. Let me go ahead and show that to you. All right, there we go. We have the fish head spin, and then I also have just a regular swim bait on a Demiki head. And basically, you fish both of these the same, get a long cast, count those down to wherever you see the suspended fish at, and just slow roll it through there. And if you come up on a school of fish, you have a real good chance of getting bit on these. Sometimes this extra flash on that fish head spin, especially on sunny days, might be that extra thing that you need to get those fish to commit to the bait. But the swim bait, those are some real good baits on clear water lakes. Now, let me go ahead and finish up and tell you about muddy water whenever it's cold. All right, cold muddy water. Something that I like is the original rattle trap. I like throwing that with some dark reds. So I have this one with some chartreuse on it. These come with some pretty good hooks on these, so I don't really change the hooks out on these too often. And that's another nice red color, so I'll stick with those red chartreuse colors. And of course, the chatterbait. You get a lot of good vibration on that, and I will go with a darker color. But I need to go ahead and add in one more bonus for you guys. Check this out. All right, there we go. That is the added bonus. Let me know how many of you guys like fishing a dark, black colored crankbait, square bill in cold, muddy water. For me, whenever you're able to get this crankbait and bump it off of rocks, especially being able to bump it off of laydowns or any type of structure under the water like that, cover under the water, this will get you some good results. For me, I like throwing this on my casting setup. I will throw this on a 7.3 medium heavy. And since I'm going to be throwing this in a lot of cover, structure, and things like that where it could possibly get hung up, and I don't really need it to go too deep whenever it's in muddy water. So I'll upsize my line a little bit. I'll throw this on 12 to 15 pound line, something that I feel confident that whenever I hook up with one of those big ones, I can get it out of that cover. All right, guys, go ahead and try that out on the lake. Let me know how that works out for you, and if any of you guys have already been trying that out and had some good results from it. All right, guys, really appreciate you continuing to support the channel. Make sure you do hit the like button. And like I said, if you have a YouTube channel, make sure you stay in contact with me so we can link up, do some big things, guys. All right, I will see you guys on the next video.